We ready?
Yes.
Sashie Pugir Yukshan Matok Trom Rirav Lingshia Nyande Yampati Sangya Shindu Mikta Varagi Roku Namda Kshingla Shuparashu Hiram Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayam Sangya Shudan Sakya Shoknam La Jangshu Vardo Daknya Gyapsu Shi Dakye Chinen Gimpe Sanam Ki Rola Penshir Sangya Dupadeshu Sangya Shudan Zokya Shoknam La Jangshu Bardo Daknya Gyapsu Shi Dakye Chenyan Gimpe Sonam Ki Drola Penjir Zangya Duparishu Sangya Shurang Sokya Shoknam La Jangshu Bardo Daknya Gyapsu Shi Dakya Chenyan Gimpe Sonam Ki Drola Penjir Sangya Duparishu.
Okay, Aldo, go.
Okay. Hola, hola a todos. Los que quieran el material traducido al español de tareas, exámenes y examen final, por favor pongan su email aquí en el chat y les mandaremos todo el material en español traducido. Gracias. Thank you, Word.
De nada. Do your homework.
Y hagan su tarea.
Quiero todos emails en el chat. I love Spanish. Half the words are English, so it's easy. Rivas, you translating?
Hi.
You translating my bad jokes too? Okay, you gotta translate the bad jokes or it doesn't count. Okay, hi everybody. I hope you're having a good time. It's Monday night. So first of all, I'm gonna rejoice because me and like 10 people just finished ACI course 13. Yay! And oh my God, we did it. We did the review yesterday and I could see everyone's brains like starting to like, there's like, how do you say, fumo? Smoke coming out of their ears. Or humo, was it humo, right? Humo is smoke, fumar is to smoke, okay. I gotta remember all my Spanish. Okay, but anyway, but we
Who's
did
teaching you that Spanish, man?
You, Hero. So I'm really proud and happy for all the students who completed and the people who just came and learned a few things and didn't complete. But the main point of these classes, besides, you know, becoming enlightened, is to finish your homework, okay? All of you are my sweet, sweet karmic objects, okay? By getting you to finish your homework, I'm gonna finish mine. Why? Because Word hates homework. Since when have I hated homework? Since 3rd grade, the first time they gave me homework, I didn't do it. The second day of school, they're like, hand in your homework. I was like, what? You wanted me to go home and do this? I was like, no. You're already stealing 8 hours of my day. I could be watching cartoons, okay, and playing outside. I ain't doing this at home. So since that day on, it hasn't been that good. Anyway, Geshe Michael's organization called ACI, asked that if you want to be a teacher who's been teaching for years and get certified without going through these certification programs, finish all your homework before March. So I was like, okay, homework isn't as bad as having to do a bunch of extra work, because I love to teach. I just don't like writing stuff down that much. Okay. Ironically, I'm a translator and I write for a living. Anyway, that's a whole other issue. So, okay, so now we are starting ACI course 14. Yay! Okay, so Curso 14 is all about, this last class is all about love, okay? We did 10 really hard classes about logic. And now this class is all about, it's all about love. And I don't know, I've been studying ACI for like 10 years. Next month, it's 10 years since I heard the first ACI class. And when I first heard ACI, I was like, oh my God, finally, the truth. Someone's actually teaching the truth. And I went nuts. I went insane. I was already crazy, but my friends were like, oh my God, we're just finally like truly lost it. They thought I was crazier, you know, when your crazy friend just like completely goes. And so I didn't really leave my room for like 3 years after that. I still haven't really left my room, actually. Aldo can tell you. I lived down the street from Hero for like 2 years. I came over his house like twice because I was always in my room. Sorry, Hero, I love you. I was always in my room studying ACI. And
Oh, good too, man.
And the reason is because it's amazing. It's super powerful. And there's and the clarity of the teachings due to the holy work of my teacher, Geshe Michael Roach, is astounding. And I studied Buddhism for like, I don't know, 10 plus years before I heard ACI. And I never heard any teachings like that. And so, but of all the courses, okay, I truly believe that Lojong is the epitome of Buddhism, of what we call the open teachings. Of the open teachings, Lojong is the epitome. It is the highest of the high, the greatest of the great, the most magnificent, because all other teachings feed into these teachings. So, you know, it's course 14. I don't know. I know half of you. I don't know like the other half of you. I don't know how many courses you took. I'm not going to ask you because I'm just going to do all the homeworks. That's the point. But if you haven't taken the last 13 courses, there's certain things that you're not going to understand in this course, because this course blends the highest teachings on wisdom, like how your reality works, and the highest teachings on love. You know, what should be our motivation every second of the day, if you can muster it, you know? And and if you took course 10, 11, or 12 by Master Shantideva, those courses are pretty much all Lojong. They're all teachings on love, or bodhicitta, we call it in Sanskrit, the language of India. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna talk about love for like 3 weeks. I condensed the courses down to 3 weeks. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, this week, next week, and the next week. And then Saturday, Sunday, that last week. Okay. I don't know. It seems to be working. It's nice to have intense courses because you have no time to think about anything else. So you can't forget it. It doesn't leak out of your head fast enough. It's your whole head is just filled with logic for 3 weeks. Okay. And for 3 weeks, your whole head is going to be filled with this is called lojong. I don't know. When I heard these teachings, I worked in a retail store. Okay. So I don't know. In the US, we say like retail hell or something. Like it's kind of like the worst job, like the lowest of the low. I mean, not if you work on like Fifth Ave or something. Okay. If you're working at like, I don't know, Saks or Tiffany's or something. Okay. You get commission. I don't know. That's decent. But if you're working, I worked at a Chinese herb shop, which was amazing. I love Chinese herbs. I'm a Chinese herbalist. But I didn't make enough to rent like a room pretty much in town I lived in. Santa Cruz, California, most expensive town per capita in the whole country, I think. And but people were super demanding at my business. They treated me like a doctor, which I am. But not at minimum wage. Come on. Anyway, it was a very hard job. And when I finally heard Lojong, I knew. When I finally heard these teachings, I knew that I would be leaving that job soon. Because I would use every single person in there as a means to achieve my goals. which is essentially love, you know? Because it's hard to be loving if you're not happy. So that's why Geshe Michael invented DCI. You know, most people, if you say you can get enlightened, 99% of people are going to be like, oh, okay, enlightened too. Even more, maybe 999 out of 1,000. They're not going to care. But if you tell somebody, you're going to make money, mucho dinero para ti, you know, they're like, huh? Money? How? You know? And then once they start making some money, then they're like, oh, okay, I got money. What about my boyfriend? He doesn't give me enough hugs, you know? Necesito más abrazos, okay? And so, and then once you get that done, you're like, okay, what about my mind? I'm depressed, I'm a wreck. And then once you get that done, you're like, well, what about everybody else? You know? And this class is about that everyone else. But the irony of the first 3, there's a 4th one, isn't there? Oh yeah, be healthy body too. The irony of those 5 is that the way you get all 5 is by helping other people. Okay? So, I don't know. We have, what do you say? So, yeah, these classes, like the last class, there's like, I don't know exactly how much, but there's like 500 pages of text or something in the last class in logic. And it's just like endless words, and like, you know, your head starts to hurt. And, you know, in our review, people were like, okay, word, stop. I was like, no, we're going to finish. And then we can stop, even if it hurts a little bit, you know. It's like the end of the marathon. You just gotta run a little bit more, you know, even if it hurts a little bit, because there's a special karma in crossing the finish line, even if it hurts. Don't kill yourself, but challenge yourself. Anyway, but this class, all the teachings are like, this teaching's 8 verses, the first teaching, you know, like that, like 1 page or something. But that 1 page contains everything. It's the easiest thing to read and the hardest thing to do, right? Like I just say, yeah, just love each other. That's all. Try it. I lived in Phoenix for a while. Okay, I don't know if anyone here is from Phoenix, but I didn't have a very good experience living in Phoenix. And I've lived like all over. I've lived more places than you want to know. And I lived this one summer in Phoenix. Oh my God, it was bad for me. And I was so depressed, and I was going through, I was going through hell. And it was hot like hell. Maybe that's why, I don't know. It's very hot. Phoenix summer. There's good parts of Phoenix. I'm not saying it's all bad. But yeah. The one thing that got me through these hard times in my life like that is these teachings. Okay. And there's always somebody else. I lived in Phoenix and I would drive around. I was borrowing Nick Lashaw's truck because I couldn't afford a car. And like Phoenix without a car in the summer is like, that's rough. And I would see people walking and it was like 110 degrees, 20 degrees. What's that? That's like between 40 and 50 degrees centigrados. It's hot. And a couple times I just pick people up. I was like, get in the car. I'm like, where are you going? They're like, one person, it was like 8 miles they were gonna walk. And they were like, there was like a white boy, like with freckles, like no hat. I was like, oh no. I was like, no, you're not. And he's like, really? I was like, just kidding. And I drove him. And it's like that, we're all going through our own personal hell. It's kind of a joke. I used to hang out with all these Buddhist kids in Santa Cruz, amazing people. And we always used to joke around, oh, that's your personal samsara, okay? Everyone's got their little personal samsara, Certain things people don't bother, they're not bothered by. Other people, it just drives them crazy, And they have these specific issues. And yeah, we're all like that. We're all going through this mini hell. There's good spots too. I'm not saying there's not. Obviously, there's good points. But I'm about to start the class. Don't worry. I'll stop blathering. But about 19 years ago, on a couch in Pennsylvania, I was thinking. I was just sitting there thinking, and and I realized, because I just finished college, actually. Okay, it's kind of a big deal in America, other places, and people were like, "Oh, you're gonna get your master's, you're gonna do this, that," and I was like, "I'm like, give me a second, let me think about it." And so I sat there for weeks, actually, not straight, but I didn't do much that summer. I just kind of thought about stuff. And my friend used to always make fun of me because he said every time he came in the house, I'd be sitting on the couch. But I was doing that thing, tu sam gom. What's that? Tu sam gom. I think Rivas knows. He's gonna write it. He looked confident all of a sudden. Maybe he's not.
Escuchar, meditar. Bueno, escuchar, entender y meditar.
Mm-hmm. Listen, review, and meditate.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That. Who said that? Anna.
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 Eugenia.
Eugenia. Eugenia. That means blessed life.
Oh.
U means bueno.
Yes.
Kenya means like vida. Anyway. Anyway, good. You do have a blessed life. Yeah, I was finishing school, and I'd gone through school that was like, I don't know, it was like 17 years of school or something. Oh God. So I just thought about it. I was like, well, what can I do where I'd be successful? And I just thought about it. I was like, oh, I could become a lawyer. And then I'd die. Okay. I could become a stockbroker, make a lot of money. Then I'd die. I was like, okay, wait. I could get married, have kids. Then I die. And I just sat there thinking of every permutation, we say in English, right? Every avenue. And then I thought about all the adults I knew. I was like, I don't think I know one happy adult. You know, I was pretty happy. I was still in you know, college mode. I didn't have any responsibilities. You know, I had depression and stuff, but mostly I just partied like crazy. It just did the minimal homework, you know? I was actually a party promoter. My job was to throw parties in college. And, but I realized that no matter what I picked to do for the rest of my life, you know, I would have problems and then I would die. And so I was like, well, I have two choices now. I can either decide that there's no good option, like I should do nothing. Like at that point, logically, suicide is a great option. I'm not saying commit suicide. I'm saying that logically speaking, if your whole life is going to be problems and you're going to die anyway, perhaps death at that point would be fine. I'm sure other people have thought of this as well. But then I thought of another thing. I said, if there is a solution, it has to be some kind of it has to do with my insides. It has to be something inside. It has to be an inner solution. Why? Because everything physical breaks down and there's always too many problems physical to stop. You know, there's always more problems no matter what. And so from that point on, I was like, okay, then that's my life. That's my career. That's my job. That's what I'm going to do, because everything else is futile. It all ends the same. And that's not logical. And I would consider myself a logical person. So I was like, okay, let me test my theory. Okay, so here we are. I'm testing it on you. So that's Lojong. Lojong is realizing that you're not only are you in that position, but so is everyone you've ever met and everyone you're ever going to meet. And so if you even have that thought that that's the way things are, because most people don't get that far, right? If you have that thought, that means that it's your job to do it, to reach some kind of happiness, you know? And then when you get there, you have to show people. That's Lojong. You ready to learn Lojong? Trust me, you're not ready. It's crazy. Unless you're already enlightened beings, and then thanks for coming to class. Pero, I know, I see you. Okay, here we go. So, so the format for the class is, I'll just use the notes as the structure for my class because I'm busy. I did listen to the class, which you're supposed to. If you want to finish this class to get certification, you have to do this class and you have to listen to the originals, okay? That's the rules. I didn't make them up. And then At the end of class, I'll go through every homework question, and your job is to open the homework and do the homework right then, and then study the homework. And at the beginning of next class, there'll be the quiz. And we'll do that 10 times. And then the 11th time, we'll have a review everything for the final. And then you take the final. And then if you're in Mexico, you will hand your homework in to Berta Gonzalez. I think it's her last name. And then if you're in the United States, you will hand it into Sheree, if you know how to do that. And if you don't, ask somebody. Okay, here we go. Yay, Lojong! Okay, I'm gonna be talking in Tibetan in the class. If you don't wanna learn Tibetan, sorry, you're gonna learn some. You can blank it out if you want, but I'm gonna teach Rivas because he wants to learn Tibetan. And I think Geshe Michael wants him to learn Tibetan too. So I'm forcing him to learn Tibetan because he's translating, so he has to say it out loud. Okay, say lo, say lo.
Lo.
Jong.
Yo.
Okay, I know most of you from Mexico, are you gonna say yong, okay? Because that's how Mexicans pronounce J's, but try say jong, okay? Yong means something different in Tibetan, okay? Yong means completely. Jong means to like develop or train or even purify. It's the same. This is spelled wrong. It should be Jang. Jangchup means Buddha, right? Jangchup Semke, Bodhicitta. It's the same Jang or Jong. It's related at least. It means to practice, okay? Now this is often translated as, so Lo Jong literally means, because Lo means mind. It means mind training, literally, okay? But I keep making this joke. Maybe someone will laugh again, I don't know. That's like thinking, a huevo cabrón means to the egg, my goat, right? It has nothing to do with eggs. It has nothing to do with goats, right, Hero? Hero, you only have yourself to blame. You taught me these things.
I created a monster.
So Lo Jong doesn't mean mind training literally, okay? It means, Geshe trades translates it as developing the good heart. Okay, that means you are in your mind learning how to see the world through the eyes of, we're all dying. I don't know who's gonna go first. Let me be nice to people, right? And all the people I'm seeing are empty anyway. And the only reason they look the way they do is because I acted that way in the past. Okay, so it's combining those two. So Lojong is Jangchup Semke. It's Bodhicitta. It's the same thing. That's why the notes say Lojong also means developing the wish for enlightenment. It's the same thing. Semke. Sem means literally mind. There's your mind. K means to develop. Same thing. It's literally the same thing. Well, figuratively, literally. In English dictionary, now the word literally in the English dictionary also says to mean figuratively because everyone says literally and it means figuratively, which is pretty funny. Haha, if you're a nerd like me. So, so Lojong comes straight from Lord Buddha. Because Victoria, yes, Victoria, that is true. It happened sometime last year or early this year. I'm not joking. That's literal. Okay. Anyway, okay, so there's a Lama. His name is Chankya Rinpoche. And it's a long story. Maybe you care. You probably don't. He is the past life of this famous Lama called Pabonka Rinpoche. Who's that?
The teacher of the teacher of the teacher of Geshe Michael.
That's true. Yeah, he is. And he wrote this famous Lam Rim called Namdra Lakjang, liberation shoved into the palm of your hand. Okay, that's like somebody giving you a class for free on Zoom in your own house to teach you how to get enlightened or something. Okay? I don't know what kind of karma you have to collect to be sitting in your pajamas, because I know most of you are, you know, business up top, but like you're in your undies or whatever. Okay? I'm in my sweatpants, okay? The kind of karma to collect to be experiencing this teaching from your own home, from a teacher thousands of miles away, it's incredible. You maybe you don't even, yeah, it's beyond. He lived 1642 to 1714. We often memorize a teacher's dates to commemorate their life. Okay. He's very famous because he was he was a teacher of one of the emperors of China. Don't ask me which emperor. I've heard it. I don't remember. But we could figure it out pretty easily because of the dates. 1642 to 1714. That is the Qing dynasty, I believe. Yeah. That's the last dynasty in China. So it's one of these Qing emperors, I suppose. Oh, okay. Anyway, he talks about this lojong that we're doing today. I'm supposed to talk about this lojong and the flow of the whole class. So we'll get to all of it. Don't worry. And this lojong, which is called the 8 verses. It's very famous. My Tibetan friend who wanted to come to class, but he lives in India and he usually sleeps in. And it's really early in India, especially for him. So he's probably sleeping. Maybe he'll come at the end of class. But I told him I'm teaching lojong. He's like, oh, wow, are you teaching lojong? And he asked me, are you teaching the 8 verses? And I said, yes, actually, because this is the lojong of lojongs. This class is like a, how do you say, compendium? I don't know. It's a collection. It's a collection of lojongs because each lojong is like literally 1 page or something. So, and most of lojong is just doing it. Lojong is having a shitty retail job where people shit on you for $10.25 an hour. That's how much I made. Oh my God. I think they raised it to $10.50 and that was it. That's all I ever got. Where people bother you, and you still find a way to be completely loving and see them as some kind of method to heal the whole world and your whole crappy life. Because it's not an accident when you have a crappy retail job, okay? Sorry if you have one of those. Someone asked me to remind, there's a Spanish channel. You hit the little globo that says interpretation, and you press Spanish, okay?
Hay un canal en español. Si aprietan el globito que está a mano derecha abajo en los iconos, aprietan el globito y ahí pueden entrar al canal de audio de español para los que no lo hayan hecho. Gracias.
That's what I said. El globito. Okay. Okay, cool. So Chanka Rinpoche, who is the former life of Pabonka Rinpoche. I'll give anyone $100 if they tell me Pabonka Rinpoche's dates right now without looking it up. ACI course 1. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, Riva, so close. Woo! Okay, Rivas gets nothing. 1878 to 1941. Wow, Rivas. Wow. Holy crap. Okay, I gotta be careful. Okay, anyway. So this is how Chanka Rinpoche defines Lojong. He says, he talks about this Lojong. He says, Sempa Chempo, Langri Tangpa Dorje Sengye. Okay? Sempa Chempo means, yes, Anna, you're right, but too late, okay? Bet is canceled, okay? Canceled it. The great Bodhisattva known as Langri Tangpa. Okay, Langri Tang just means a place in Tibet. This just means like Oaxaca or Sonora or something. It just means like a place, okay? Or Iowa. This is the Iowa Lama. And his name is Dorje Sengye. Dorje means diamond, and Sengye means lion. It's actually a corruption of the Sanskrit. Sanskrit is Simha. Or is it Sin? I think it should be Singha, actually, is what it should be, I think. Okay, anyway. And yeah, he created this, and this is Chankyo Rinpoche calls it Semjong, right? Which is the same Sem in Jangchub Sem, right? Like Jangchub Sempa, which is Bodhisattva, or Jangchub Semkye, which is Bodhicitta. The definition of bodhicitta is the wish to get enlightened for the sake of all other beings, right? Usually you do it and then you teach them, okay? But the best way to get it is to help them along the way. And these are Dampa. They are holy advices broken down into 8 verses. That's what we call them, Drakpa. Oh no, not grammar. You don't want to see that. Hold on. Not that either. Excuse me. I hit the wrong button. Oh wait, you can't see that anyway. Sorry. 1 second. Yeah. So basically, this is the 8 verses by Dorje Sengye, also called Langri Tangpa. Okay? That's all that is all about. So, Dorje Sengye means diamond lion. What's that? Diamante Leon. Okay, I remember because Leon is that town that makes all the shoes in Mexico.
León de Diamante.
León Diamante? Or
El León de Diamante.
Oh, León de Diamante? Oh, El León de Diamante.
That is correct.
Yay, thanks. My Spanish teacher is actually teaching me things I'm allowed to say in public. Yeah, the Lion of Diamond, right? Diamond Lion. So he was a very high bodhisattva, and he was able to basically condense all the bodhisattva teachings with the 8 short verses. Okay? And these are called Dampas. They're advices. So, so about 10 years ago, I started the ACI courses. And it was amazing. And I heard this like holy voice for like 2 years over the internet, teaching me all these amazing things, including Tibetan and Sanskrit and all these amazing teachings. You know, this teacher, Geshe Michael, you know, and then I started meeting all these people that had met him, that knew him, and I was like, oh my God, you met Geshe Michael? He was like a rock star to me, you know? And I never met him. And then I finally, I started practicing Lojong at my retail job, and I actually started to make money. It was weird. I was like, oh my God, it's working. I have money all of a sudden. And I had enough money to go to one of these retreats that Geshe Michael put together. And so I went. And then eventually, I don't know, I stayed in my room for like 3 years studying this stuff. And Geshe Michael would answer some questions, ask some questions in class. He'd be like, well, what's the meaning? What's this in Tibet? And I would be like, oh, I think it's this. He's like, yeah, that's right. He's like, what about this? I said, I think it's this. And he's like, yes. And after a while, he's like, well, who taught you Tibet? And I was like, you did, Geshe Michael, over the internet. And then eventually he was like, hey, man, you're a nerd. You want a job? You want a job to be a nerd? I said, yeah, I've been waiting for you to ask. So he gave me a translator job. So, I started hanging out with Geshe Michael. And it was astounding. It was amazing. It was the dream of the dream that had come true. And it took so much work. You have no idea. If I told you what I did to get that job, you would be like, no. You shouldn't do that. But I did. I worked incredibly hard and I got that job. And but I got to be close to Geshe Michael. And I still do. I mean, there's a plague right now, so I haven't been able to see him lately. But this verse is Dampa. These verses are Dampa. It's the kind of teachings you can only really get if you like hang out with the Lama. If you get close to the Lama and you watch how he acts, you watch how he moves. And once in a while, he just says something randomly and you're like, oh my God, that was the most amazing teaching. He told you like, you dropped your pen or something. You're like, oh, the pen, he's teaching emptiness to me. Oh my God. And if you can see things that way, they call you Kadampa. That means not everything. I mean, hopefully everything. That means even in the smallest things in life, you see as the Lama's teaching. You see as the Buddha trying to get you enlightened. Right? That's what Manjushri means. Manjushri means gentle voice. The one who's whispering in your ear about emptiness when your girlfriend gets mad at you. She starts screaming and in your ear is like, remember when you were a teenager? Remember all that screaming you did? And you're like, oh, okay. Let me just be quiet, okay? That's Dampa. And so these verses are all about Dampa. It's all about being close to the Lama, being close to the Buddha all the time via your heart. And I would say that's the highest way to take these teachings. If you can see these teachings everywhere and in everything, you'll be successful. You'll be extremely successful. All right. And they're there to change your mind. So that's the point. Dorje Senge, El León de Diamante, lived from 1054 and to 1123, and he was a Kadampa. He was one of these early Buddhists in Tibet, you know, around the time of Lord Atisha, one of the first teachers in Tibet from India. And he's considered a very high bodhisattva. And they even call him a Geshe, even though this term, which nowadays means like a degree, right? Like Geshe Michael, he went to the monastery for 20 something years and they gave him a degree at the end, like kind of like a doctorate, but harder, longer to get. But literally Geshe means Kalyana Mitra in Sanskrit. It just means spiritual friend. Mitra means friend. That's what Dharma Mitra means. I have two teachers named Geshe. Okay, Dharma Mitra is a yoga teacher. His name means the friend, your spiritual friend, right? The one who teaches you Dharma. They just call him Dharma, which is pretty amazing, okay? His name is spiritual, the spiritual one. Okay, so Sikh Gema, Ge means 8 in Tibetan, right? Sikh means verses. If you take the S off the end of this one, it means word. So my name in Tibetan is Sikh. This Ma, because wisdom teachings are considered to be feminine. So like the Heart Sutra is called Bhagavati in Sanskrit. That T means like feminine, right? Or the Lam Rim Chim Mo, some of you know that one. That Mo is the same as this Ma. It means feminine, okay? That's the name of the book. You should know the name of the book, okay? Usually people just call it the 8 verses. That's how famous it is. Don't know which 8 verses you're talking about, right? All right. And it comes from, or Geshe Michael got this text from a compendium of Lojongs. So it's a collection of a bunch of Lojongs by, the compendium was made by Muchen Koinchok Geltsen. I don't know much about that Lama, but I know Muchen is like an area in Tibet. Okay. All right. Some of that's on your homework. You need to know the name of the book. Somebody who took course 13, tell me the name of the commentary we studied.
Percepción válida.
Yeah, we studied that commentary to that commentary. What's that called?
Key to the logic machine.
Yay, Kelly McGee. You did it. You saved everybody.
I don't remember who wrote it though.
Porbachok Jampa Sultrim Gyatso. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, I have to get my charger because my computer might die. One sec. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, the first verse, yay! We did it. So I have had the honor of translating this poem, these verses twice. Once with a student, and then this summer, my sponsor wrote me and was like, hey, do you know the 8 verses? And I was like, yeah, I know them. And he's like, can you teach them to me? I was like, sure. I'm like, when? He's like, now. And we did it for like, I don't know. It was like 3 or 4 hours. It was just 8 lines, but it was actually really fun because he teaches a lot of people. So I was like, ooh, I'm teaching one person, but they're going to teach like 300 or something. So I'm going to get all this good karma. It's fun to translate. You should become a translator. All of you. Okay, like how many people speak Spanish? Like 1 billion or something, all right? So we need Spanish translators. Okay, here it is. Lojong Tsikima, verse 1. So this doesn't have, do you guys want to see the Tibetan? Does anybody care? Olga's nodding her head. I don't think I have the verse. Oh, 1 second. Let me see if it's in the homework. Yeah. They're not all in the homework. Okay. They're in Gopher though. We're gonna do a Gopher search. Does everybody want to learn how to use Gopher? Yeah, word, might as well. You only live once. You only live infinite times. Okay. YOLO doesn't work in Buddhist class, okay? Here we go. Okay, you don't know what Gopher is. You probably don't care, but I'm gonna teach you how to use it right now. Gopher is this program that Geshe Michael got developed to search all the text. So I have like, I don't know, like 1 million pages of text here or something. And now I'm gonna look through all of them. But we're only gonna look through the ACI courses because that's all we want. Watch. Course 14. It's not called course 14. Oh, it would help if I could spell course right. How does he do it? Oh yeah, he uses Roman numerals, that's why. Okay, course X1V. Okay, they taught me that in 5th grade. I remembered. Here we go, Lojong. It's all in red. I'm sorry about that. The computer acts weird sometimes. Is this? Oh, this is. Nah, that's not what I want. Next match. This will only take a second. I hope. Have you ever been to a mixed nuts class?
Dame un segundito, ya te digo. ¿Bien y vos? ¿Bien? ¿Está viendo aquí para hacer yoga? Yo creo que sí. Pues está el televisor.
Gracias, Diego. This is taking longer than I thought. Hold on. Wait, what's this? This is it. Is it? Yes. Yay. Okay, watch. I will put it. Okay. right. Here we go. There it is. Don't mind whatever's on my desktop. Okay. Okay, here's the Tibetan over here. I'll highlight it as we go, okay? If you care, then you have it. Boom. Okay. So, Takni Semchen Tamche La, Yisha Norbu Lehlakpe. That's off. Sorry, it's verse. Takni Semchen Tamche La, 7. Yishin Norbu Lehlakpe. Oh, it's 7s, not 8s. That's interesting. Okay, so Dak means me. Ni is like as for or something like that. Semchen is all sentient beings or sentient beings. Tamche is all of them. Okay? Yishin Norbu is a wish-fulfilling jewel. So to understand what a wish-fulfilling jewel is here, you have to know a little bit about, I guess, Asian mythology. So from the Middle East, we have these stories. I think those stories are from Persia, right? Like Arabian Nights. Or are they from Baghdad? I forget. I think maybe Baghdad, actually. But you have the story of Aladdin's lamp. You guys know that story, right? You should know that story because the Moors conquered Spain for 700 years. Okay? And they held all the science and all these stories. And then in 1492, the Reconquista happened. And then Columbus came to the New World. And then the conquistadors discovered Mexico, and that's how you're existing right now. Okay, so anyway, so Yishin Norbu is this jewel that you're supposed to find like in like a swamp or something. And then, what swamp? Cienega? Is that swamp, Rivas?
Pantano.
Pantalon.
Pantano.
Pantano. Pantalon is pants, right?
Pantano o fango.
Fango, okay. So you get this jewel and it's like nasty. You have to like polish it and like put in herbs and then like do all these strange things to it and like put it on a flagpole or something and like have it there at certain probably times of the month or year and like, and then when it's, if you prepare it right, if you like, you just from looking at it or something, you can ask it anything and you can get all your wishes, right? Just like Aladdin's lamp, like the genie, just like rub the lamp. And so this verse, okay, this is the first half of the first verse, right? Tibetan verses are usually 4 lines, right? Sanskrit verses are usually 2 lines. Tibetan verses are usually 4 lines, right? It's saying, to me, all sentient beings are even more precious than a jewel that could grant all my wishes. Okay, this is the Tibetan over here for Olga, who's the only one who nodded. Maybe someone else did. I don't know. I didn't see them. I'm just messing around. If that looks weird to you and you can't read it, then you have to ask Ravas. Or Hasso, who's not in class, where is he? To teach you how to read Tibetan, okay? Because I taught them, okay? They got to do something now. So how is it that teaching, how is it that, yeah, teaching too, how is it that people, and this is not just talking about any people, this is talking about the most annoying people in your life. Okay, we all have some, it might be your boss at work. It might be your best friend. It might be your boyfriend. It might be your, not girlfriends. Girlfriends are never annoying, okay? It might be your, might be your mom. I live with my mom right now. Wow, you want to practice low jump? Oh, it's great. I fail like 99% of the time, okay? How are those people more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel? How do you think? You can guess, or you can read the answer in the notes. I don't care. What do you think? Come on. I mean, do you really think annoying people are precious? Ooh, Riva says, because you can plant karma with them. Pedro says, well, you can plant all the seeds you want with them. It's like you guys have been practicing with Geshe Michael for the last decade or something. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And so apparently this verse has 3 interpretations because the Tibetan is ambiguous. You can say, so that's exactly right. Basically, it's like this. Because what's the trick to Aladdin's lamp? Because when you're a kid, when I was a kid, I always dreamed about getting Aladdin's lamp or something. But what's the big trick to the lamp? Getting the lamp. I mean, after you have it. Ask for more wishes. Yeah, of course. Usually you can't. There's a caveat. But yeah, Rivas. I mean, if you're just like a regular, we say regular schmuck, okay? If you know Yiddish. If you're a regular schmuck, right? You don't know what to wish for. What are you gonna wish for? I mean, everyone wishes to win the lottery or something like that, right? What happens to most lottery winners? They're like either like committed suicide or like completely broke in like a year or something, right? You don't know what to wish for. That's the problem. Like helping sentient beings actually unlocks things in your mind that you would never have thought of otherwise, such that even if you got a lamp that granted all your wishes, you wouldn't know what to do with those. You wouldn't know what to do. And so that's one way to see it. The other way is the state of mind, bodhicitta, right? Which is Jang Chub Semke, it's the same Jang, that wants to reach the highest goal is more precious than the wish-giving gem, right? Okay, hold on. Tak ni semchen tamche la. How do they get? I don't know how Geshe gets that. I guess you can say, because semchen tamche means all beings. So I guess that then refers to the wish for enlightenment, right? This part. Semchen tamche. So then the third way you can interpret that part of the first verse is that Buddhahood itself is better than a wish-giving gem, which it should be. I mean, Buddhahood is supposed to be the highest thing you can attain, so that makes sense. And so that's similar. I don't know how they get that from the verse. I don't believe Geshe explains it in the class exactly, but that's what he said. Okay. Oh, this is the second half of the first verse. So, Tunchok. The student wrote Tup, but they're wrong. It's Trup. Okay, Trupe. Sampai taktu Cheparan Jinpar. Okay, this shock should be here. Okay, so Tun means your goals. Chok means that highest goal of yours. Okay, Drup means that's spelled wrong. It should be an R in there or something. Drup means to achieve. That's why Arya Nagarjuna is called Lujup, the one known as Naga who achieved all his goals, right? Siddha. Drupe, Sampa means it's the same Sam as Tu Sam Gom, like thinking, everything you can think of. Okay, Taktu. Okay, what does this mean? Taktu. It's just like what's takpa mi takpa? Takpa mi takpa. Drachachen mi takte.
Changing, unchanging.
Yay! So which one's which? What's taktu? Changing or huh?
Changing.
Good guess, but wrong. It's unchanging. Taktu means always. Okay? Here's it over here in the translation. This is Geshe Michael's translation. Always. Right. So for achieving my highest goal, may I always think of them, hold them. Zin can mean think, it can mean hold, right? Like you hold in your mind, right? Like recorder, like to record, right? To hold in your mind. May I hold them more precious, cherish them always. May I always cherish them in my mind, or may I always hold them dear in my mind. Okay, Shok. May it be so. So yeah, so the first verse is saying, yeah, may the annoying people at work, may I always think of them like, oh my God, I hope there's more annoying people at work today. They're so amazing. They're helping me achieve my highest goal. And if you saw a wish-fulfilling jewel and you saw the most annoying person you knew, you would just throw it in the trash like, this is crap. And you'd be like, don't you have something horrible to say to me, please? Okay. What does Master Shanti Davis say about the annoying people in your life? Yeah, but why are they precious? He says they're rare. Remember that? Why are they so rare? Yeah, Monica, but something very specific Aldo should know.
Because as you learn to treat them with kindness, you start seeing them less and less.
Who said that?
Diego.
Oh, muy bien. Buen trabajo. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to find annoying people nowadays. It used to be easy. It helps that I'm in quarantine though. I only see my mom, and even my mom, who used to annoy the hell out of me, she's only annoying like 3% of the time now or something, which is amazing. I wonder if she can hear me. Yeah, they'll become rare and rare because once you know, because where did all the annoying people in your world come from? Did they come from the annoying people factory? Hecho in Mexico? Hecho in Juarez? Victor says a little bit. Okay, Victoria and Monica win. So does Kelly McGee. Yeah, exactly. They came from you. So if you don't want more annoying people in your life, what's the stupidest thing you can do? 2 husbands, 2 husbands, 2 husbands, 2 husbands. What's the dumbest thing you can do to the husband? Yay, Rivas. Look, Rivas is doing everything. Come on, guys. He's translating and...
To get another husband.
Yes. Rivas, didn't you just translate like 3 books or something? Karma of Love and something else? Come on, man. See, he's trying to make me look bad. I only translated 1 book. You trying to steal my job, Rivas? That's why he's always so nice to me, because I'm really annoying, actually. He's trying to practice Lojong. Okay, Rivas, I'm gonna be more annoying, okay? Okay, cool. So that's the first verse. I did it. Yay. Second verse. I'm gonna read the Tibetan. It's not in the notes. If you don't want to hear Tibetan, I'm sorry. Welcome to my class. Wait, what students are there? Rivas. Is Rivas the only Tibetan student here? Everyone else is hiding. Oh, wait. Victoria,
Yes.
you want to read some Tibetan?
Oh, thanks, Rivas. You're very sweet.
Did you forget everything?
I hope not. We'll find out.
Okay, go ahead.
Kang du sudang
Mm-hmm.
rok
Yes.
paite
Pete.
ete
Mm-hmm.
tak yi
Takni.
taki tani kunla
Kunle.
man le man
Menta. Mm-hmm.
mentashing
Yep.
shanla sampa
Shen.
shenla
Mm-hmm.
sempa takpai
Sampatakpa.
sampa takpa
Mm-hmm.
yi chok tu chepar tinpar.
Yay. Good job.
Good job.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Kangdu is like whenever I'm accompanied by, right? Whomever. Whenever I'm accompanied by anyone or something. Tang Drokpe, accompanied. I'm with them at any time. At any time I'm with somebody, may I alone view myself as the lowest, lower than them. Lay means compared to them in this case. Okay, so this is very, 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 very important teaching to clarify, okay? So apparently Tibetans didn't have some of the problems that Westerners have now. Okay, I was actually talking about this recently with one of my friends on the phone, that apparently Tibetans do not have this widespread like low self-esteem problem that I don't know about Mexicans, but Americans tend to have. So when they gave this teaching doesn't say, think of yourself as a loser, okay? And think of yourself as like having no self-esteem. That's not what it means. It means remember karma and emptiness all the time. Remember the fact that the people around you could be angelitos, angelitas, right? If you, right, remember the pen, right? I mean, it's either juguete or la pluma, right? But there's a third option. Okay, we say, how do you say bliss again? Goza? I forget. Something like that.
Goce.
Goce. Okay, yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, it could be a palo de goce. It could be, because they say angels only get bliss from everything they see and do. Okay, so maybe to you it's a pen, and you think, oh, all the other humans are seeing pens, but you only see humans the same reason you only see pens, and to them they're already angels. So if you can see yourself in any room at any time as the last person who hasn't gotten enlightened, right? And everything everyone's saying to you in that room as a teaching to teach you how to get enlightened, you know, right? Kadampa, Dampa. And you got to be careful, okay? If you're in an abusive situation, don't do it. What does Master Shantideva say about our capacity? What should we do? In terms of giving. How should we start giving? Should we give thousands of dollars away? Should we give thousands of dollars away in cash? When people remember the answers to questions that they should know already? Like Geshe does? Yeah, exactly, Diego. Zanahorias. Right? And I forget which one it is. Papas or papas? I think it's the first one. You shouldn't give your parents away, okay? Yeah, you should give away vegetables. Meaning, yeah, just give away stuff that you're like, yeah, it's just carrots. I don't care. It's just some carrots. I mean, that's why, you know, I made a bet for $100, but I didn't really want Rivas to get it because I'm like, oh, it's a little much. I don't know. I might regret it. Nah, it's okay. But the idea is, think of everyone as above you in the sense, at least, of, wow, everything is empty. All these people could be tantric deities if I had the right karma. And wow, if I act like they're tantric deities already teaching me, maybe I can learn something that will get me there faster. And maybe that thing is walking away. You know, if you're in an abusive relationship or someone starts to treat you badly, you know, maybe the most loving thing you can do is to walk away. And so if you do something loving, you should generate more loving things. So that doesn't mean let someone hit you over and over again. I mean, if you're Jesus or something, okay, no problem. You know, what did Jesus say? What was Jesus's lojong when people start hitting you?
Turn the other cheek.
Yeah. Lojong. He's like, he actually said, he says turn the other cheek and present it to them. That's like the more literal I've heard. So it's just like someone, so Hero knows all these like martial arts and stuff. He's like some kind of badass, like a commando now. So if Hero starts like choking you out, you know, you'd be like, okay, you win, Hero, right? Just let him, he'll feel better. But no, really. What, only your capacity. Okay. I don't know. I have martial arts training, like, I don't know, like 17 years of it or something. I don't know. Guess how many fights I've been in since I started martial arts? None. Okay, I got in a little thing with my brother, okay? But now he's bigger than me, so I'm not gonna fight him anymore. But the point is, that sort of training is to train your mind to be able to stay calm in a situation like that. So then when it comes time, you can remember Lojong. You can remember to be peaceful. Okay? And then the second half, Shenla Sampa Takwayi, Choktu Cheparn Zinpar. We had this already. Basically, Cheparn Zinpar, hold them as supreme, Chok. So where is funny? Oh yeah, these numbers are in interesting places. Okay. Yeah, may hold the other, the Shen, as highest, as Chok. Okay, this is Sampa. May I think of them? May I think of them? The other is highest, from the bottom of my heart. So really, and like in the beginning, it's gonna be fake. What do they call that in the beginning when your bodhicitta is fake? I'm reviewing all the teachings via Lojong, okay? Yeah, Asukar. Yeah, Kanya de Azúcar, exactly. The cane. Why do they call it that, Olga? Yeah. Because the skin is what? She's writing in the chat, if you're wondering. Well, there's a whole other teaching Geshe taught us about like 3 kinds of bodhicitta. Yeah, okay, good, perfect, Olga, good. It's sweet on the outside, but it's hollow on the inside or something, like bamboo. But actually, sugarcane is really dense in the middle. Have you had it? Especially the knobs, you know, noodles. It's like, ever try to bite in a sugarcane noodle? It's like, it like hurts your teeth. But anyway, that's the point, that it's sweet, but it doesn't hold up. But in the beginning, you have to start from somewhere, okay? Even in my retail job, you know, I just was, even if I didn't know what I was doing, I was nice. And I tried to think about emptiness, okay? I tried to think about George Senge. I failed, but I still did it enough to get out of there, okay? And eventually it's practice. It's Jong, right? It's practice. Yeah, you have to start somewhere. Okay. Verse 3. Victoria.
Yes.
You're gonna read again because Rivas is the only other student and he's translating. Oh wait, this shok, something happened with the parsing. Okay, not the shok. Okay, go ahead.
I'm hoping you're going to delete that second word.
Nope.
Pyo?
Chu.
Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
Chu lam kun tu ran gyut la
Gula. Mhm.
Gila. Dokching Nyonmong Kema.
Kematak. That's funny.
Kemata.
Yep.
Takshanma.
Shen.
Hmm?
Shen.
Takshenma. Rung Yepane. Yepana.
Chepana.
Yepana. Zantap Dongna Lukbar.
Ndokpar.
Say again?
Ndokpar.
Lukbar.
Ndok.
Ndok.
Yeah, Undawa. Remember?
Mm.
Okay, good job. Woo! I'm sorry, these people are not letting in class. Is there a way to skip the attendee for the webinar? There might be. I'll check my settings or something. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so here we go. Chulam. This is like, as I go through my daily activities, right? Kuntu means like all day or something. Rang means myself. Yu means my own mind. Okay, la means to, from, at. It's just a preposition. Talk, like all the thoughts going in my head or something. And Yongmo, all the bad things that come up as they come up. Kema, mute your microphone. So as those bad things come up, I think this means like, may I grab them? So here's Geshe. As I go through the day, may I watch my mind to see if a negative thought has come. Okay. Tak shenma rung je pena. Okay, I'll start here. Sen top, with great effort or something. Lokpar, may I turn it back? I don't know this song, but this thing means something like, may I make great efforts to turn it back. Basically, as soon as I hear something that's bad in my mind, may I make great efforts to turn it back. Because myself and others are, I guess marung means hurt, but I don't know it. Are not benefited, marung, I don't know, are hurt by it. Okay, so this is very, 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 very important. What does Master Shanti Davis say is, what's the way to help stop our anger? Come on. I know you guys took these courses. He says never to lose your joy in the first place. Never get imbalanced. He's like, first you get a little like off, like, you're hanging out with Rivas, you're like, everything's cool, you're in the car, his Volkswagen, you're chilling, listening to some music. And then he says like one little thing annoying, you're like, wait, what? Huh? And you're like, oh yeah, yeah, okay, whatever, Rivas. And then you're going to the beach or something, so you're gonna be hanging out for like 3 days. So then, later that day, he just says, another thing. You're like, did he just say that to me? And then all of a sudden, little by little, you get thrown off till eventually, day 3, you're having wrestling match on the beach or something, you get angry. And so this is what we have to be careful of. Any small thought that comes up in our mind, as soon as it comes up, we have to be willing to grab it, to stop it. And what is the fastest way to stop a mental affliction from arising? Monica thinks she knows. She's like, I have it. Alex Rivas says, think it's empty. He's right. And look at it. Yeah, Vic, you have to look at it, think it's empty. Monica says, understand where it's coming from? Yes, exactly. Don't let it grow in your mind. Precisely, Olga, but how? To be present. Yeah, you have to be present to then have an understanding of where it comes from, to not let it grow in your mind, which involves looking at it and thinking it's empty. But don't just think it's empty, okay? I'm developing a method, okay? Because I'm sick of suffering. I'm sick of stupid presidents and stupid viruses, and frankly, annoying people, you know? I kind of want to leave my room, but it's still not safe. So I'm trying to create a world where I'm allowed to leave my room. So to do so, you have to think to yourself, not just it's empty. Yeah, it's empty, but that could mean nothing. Just think to yourself, I do that, whatever it is. The more annoying it is, the more you do it. And if you think you don't do it, you definitely do it. I have a test. If you really want to know if you do something, you know, you ask your boyfriend, ask your girlfriend, ask your husband. Better yet, ask your ex-boyfriend. Okay? Because your boyfriend now, he's gonna be like, no, you're not like that. You're so nice, you know, because he doesn't want problems in the house. But your ex, he's just like, I'll tell you all. What do you want to know first? You know, actually, I have a list. You know, be one of those like scrolls. He's like, yeah, that's number 38. Do you want to know the rest? Because there's plenty here. You do it. You know, you do it all the time. But you don't want to admit it because it's painful. But the more you do it, because it's funny, I thought about it. Because sometimes people do things to me that's annoying. It's like very weird, like little things. And I'm like, oh. And I don't say anything to them because that doesn't help necessarily. But then I'm like, oh, I must be doing things that are annoying to people that they don't say anything about. But in their mind, they get annoyed. So just because they have that reaction, now I'm having a reaction like that in my mind without me saying anything to them. I'm like, oh, wow, this is bad. Okay. It's a really bad situation. But if you have the seeds, wait, okay, how's it go? Okay, everything comes from a cause, right? Wait, where's Aldo? I need someone to debate. Aldo.
Yep.
Okay, Gyuchuchen. Does everything take a cause? Okay.
Okay.
Chu tamche la jung. Everything comes from causes, right?
Yes.
Because they are working things.
Okay. Duh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a short debate. So okay, so take ignorance, marikpa chuchen. Take ignorance. It must have a cause, because it's a changing thing. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'm trapping you, Aldo. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, then take samsara. It's been going on forever, because every effect has a cause and every cause has an effect. So samsara is beginningless.
Yes.
Okay. So take the Buddhist teachings. They're impossible because they're the opposite of ignorance.
Kiapa Mayum.
So he said, even though the Buddhist teachings are the opposite of ignorance, they're not impossible, right? That's what you said, right?
Yes.
And I say, Kaylan, you can't say that. You already contradicted yourself.
Sure.
You said ignorance has been going on forever. And if the Buddhist teaching is the opposite of ignorance and everything is based on cause and effect, then it's impossible not to be ignorant.
No, because wisdom is stronger than ignorance.
Whatever. Okay, that's a debate. It's an old debate. Okay, thank you, Aldo.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a thing. Like, think about it. If you're in a dream that comes from a cause of being in a dream forever, how is it possible for someone to tell you that you're in a dream and to wake you up? Okay? So just realize how powerful the karma is to even have it cross your mind for a second that things are empty. Okay, much less being a class on Monday night about it. All right, anyway, that's the debate. So yeah, that's the point of verse 3. Stop thoughts that even for a second, because they'll ruin your practice. How long does it take to make a friendship or a good relationship with somebody? I don't know, 10 years. I don't know. How long have I been friends with you, Aldo? 10 years? I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
Right? But like, if I got really angry, how long does it take for Aldo to be like, I'm never talking to this crazy guy again? You know? I mean, Aldo wouldn't, because he's some kind of bodhisattva, but takes like a normal person 1 minute. Less than 1 minute. Okay? So don't get mad at people. Just run away or something. Go hide in the bathroom. Okay. This is the 4th verse. Is everyone still here? Okay. Y'all lasted this long. Hero's eating a snack. He's like, I couldn't. What's that, Hero? Paklet? Is that paklet? Hero loves some paklet.
I miss Paklet, man. No, it's cheese pizza, man.
Yeah, it's paklet with cheese. Me, Hero, Aldo, Pau, Adam, and Katie all went to the monastery. And Hero worked really hard on his Tibetan there. And Paglep I didn't study Tibetan at all there. I was really lazy. Paglep in Tibetan means bread. So we were joking around about paklep half the time. We're in
Paklep and butter tea.
yeah, paklep and butter tea. Okay, cool. Here we go. Verse 4. Where's my favorite victim? Victoria, that's you. This is what students are for. It's a lineage, okay? Okay. Mute your microphone. Who is that? Yeah. Someone wants to learn Tibetan. That's very nice. Buen trabajo. Okay, Vic, your turn. Show them up, okay?
Rangshin, Ngang Pe,
Niente.
Niempe, Nienpe, Dimchini,
Samchani, yep, good.
Dik, Duk, Drak, Po,
Mm-hmm.
Nongche,
Tongse. Mm-hmm.
Nongche, Rinchen, Kerdang, Prapa,
Trepa.
Prepa,
Yeah.
Prepa,
Trepa Shin. Yeah.
Niepar, Kawa,
Kawe.
Kawe, Kawe, Chesin Shok,
Shenzhen Shop. Oh.
Shenzin Shok.
Yeah, good. Okay. Peyapo, good job. Okay, so I think this is the last verse we're doing today. If you're still awake. Wait, I guess I'll go to verse 5. Oh, that's class 2. I'm not in class 2. No, okay, good. This is it for today. All right, good. So Rangshin Nyenpa. Oh wait, Vic. Vic, I'm testing you more. You ready?
Yeah.
What's a Semchen?
A mind haver.
Yeah, who's that?
Sentient beings.
Yay! Okay, there's more. Let me see. What's Tang mean?
Tang. Can I have 3 guesses?
Yeah. Go.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me options.
Oh, three options. It means and, or and. Yay, it means and. What's Rinchen? Same as like Rinpoche.
Master.
But literally it means jewel, precious jewel. Okay, I think those are all the words you might know. Okay, good. That was your review. Study your Tibetan. Okay, Rangshin Nempa. That means people who seem to have a bad nature. Semchen. Those living beings who seem like that, right? Who are fiercely tormented by bad deeds and like poison, literally. But I think actually says pain. Or duknyang, pain. Okay, those at times we'll meet bad people who have nothing in pain inside them. I realized this at one point. All those like angry people who were coming into my store in Santa Cruz, not mine, I just work there, but mine in the sense that I work there. I realized that most of them were in like horrible pain or something. And they were coming in the store for some kind of relief. And I was usually like mean because I was in pain too. And I was like, oh, $10.25 an hour, it's not my problem. And so if you can just, even that alone, just think to yourself, even these people who, seem crazy, like, I don't know, these crazy politicians and stuff, I mean, think about them. Just think about, I always think sometimes, I'm like, wow, how did their father treat them to reach that level of pain and like, what's that word? Narcissism, you know, like to seem like you do not care about anyone but yourself. Seemingly, maybe they're tantric deities, I don't know. To seem that way, wow, you must have really been hurt, right? So those people, and those people who go around hurting others because they're like that, Rinchen Tir. Does everyone hear of a tirma? That's like a holy text people just find somewhere, like in a tree. It means, oh, in the Jason Kappa poem too, they say, make me way ter chen resig, like a gold mine, ter, a mine of jewels, right? That's, so when you meet those people, think of them as difficult to find as a gold mine of jewels, right? And Chenzen Shok, hold them as precious. Because like Master Shantideva said, those mean people are gonna get more and more infrequent if you practice the path correctly. Because the only reason you have to see narcissistic politicians for only 4 years, okay? The only reason you have to see this is because you are a horrible teenager, okay? I mean, you think, oh, I don't do any of this stuff. Okay, at least think, okay, what did I do as a Hoban? How did I treat my parents ages 13 to 19? And almost any bad quality you see in the world, you can find it, okay? Really, it's not that hard. So there it is. Okay, let's look at the homework really quick. Here we go. I think I did everything already. The Tibetan word lojong has been translated into English as mental training. Data referenced by the eminent Lama to the famous lojong in 8 verses, which gives insights into another way of translating the world. This is the word. So I taught you this in the beginning of class. Chankya Rinpoche, he calls lojong the same as sem jong, which just means the wish for enlightenment or developing a good heart. Okay. The point of the class is to get the homework done. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, what text will serve as the source of most of the lojong works we'll be studying? Well, that is a compendium on developing the good heart by the great Bodhisattva Muchen Koincho Geltsen. We don't have his exact dates, apparently. We just know he was around during the 14th century, 1300s, around the time of Geshe Michael, approximately. This is easy. I'm going to keep going. In what sense are other living beings more precious than a gem that could give you anything you wish for? Because we can't imagine the ultimate goal. So they help us make the wish. Okay, I'm just reviewing. I went over all this. The line about wish-giving gem can also be read in a different way. There's 3 ways apparently, right? One, it could be to reach the ultimate goal, more precious than a wish-giving gem for the sake of every living being, okay? The point is that the state of enlightenment provides everything we ever wish for. So if you get enlightened, it gives everything you wish you could wish for. And some of those things you wouldn't even think of wishing for, right? And what is a good way of avoiding negative thoughts of low self-esteem and still practice the instructions of the second 8 verses? Okay, that is that you're surrounded by angels all day. Okay, try it. Just try it for one day. Oh, that was the story I was going to tell. There's this one day in Phoenix. I was like, you know, I have this horrible Phoenix life right now, but for one day, I'm not going to get upset all day. I'm just going to try it for one day. And I successfully did not get upset for one whole day. I mean, maybe a little, but annoyed. I mean, a little, but nothing gross. Okay? I think it's a great accomplishment. You should try it just one day. And same thing, you can try, for one day, just thinking, okay, everyone around me is an angel. And just see what happens. If all kinds of magical things starts to happen and your life gets measurably better in 24 hours, do it every day. Okay. Why does the third verse stress stopping mental frictions? Oh. At the very moment they begin. Okay, because you don't want thoughts of anger or negative karma to go on at all. Okay, especially anger, but any negative thoughts. Here it says because it can throw you into a lower realm, but basically because it's going to hurt you and then eventually hurt others. Okay, and then last and certainly not least, why are bad people described as hard to find like a gold mine? Just like Master Shantideva talks about, it is very difficult to assemble all the causes that will bring one to total enlightenment. Yes, it is only by encountering suffering ourselves and seeing others tormented by suffering that we can develop the wish for enlightenment. Right, Bodhicitta. Thus, we should cherish cruel and suffering people as precious causes for Buddhahood. Yay! That's why I stopped hanging out in Guadalajara. You guys are too nice. Always having parties. Come on, man. I can't get enlightened like that. Okay. That's the end of class. Are there any preguntas? Okay. Either you really like the class and you're just basking in the amazingness of it, or you hated it and you're just waiting for it to end. Either way, it's about to end. Hey, Geshe says, there's only 2 days till next class. I think he taught 2 classes a week when he taught these most of the time. Just for the next 2 days, okay, just tomorrow, okay, just tomorrow. Just take one of these verses. So either you can think of people as more precious than a jewel, you can think of everyone as angels, you can try to stop your thoughts, negative thoughts, or you can think of people as more precious than, like, if you found like a bag of money in the street in Guadalajara, okay? If you find a bag of money in the street in Guadalajara, it probably belonged to a narco, so be careful, okay? But anyway, you can think of one of those 4 things, okay? Just tomorrow, just try. It's easier if you think before you go to bed and when you first wake up that's what you're gonna do. Otherwise, I find it's harder. Try something, okay? This is a practice course. The homework is easy in this course. The point is to get enlightened. All right, who wants? Jero, ¿quieres cantar?
All right, man.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the thing. You still doing shows, Hetero? What's up? I guess not during COVID. You're doing
Nah, man. Nah, we're recording some songs, but we haven't performed in months.
Yeah.
But someday.
Keep singing, okay? Okay, go ahead.
Thanks, man.
Go ahead.
Sashia Pukir Duksham Metoktom Rira Blinshia Nyende Gempati Sangha Shindu Mikta Ulwaragi Drugun Namdak Shingla Supareshul Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryataya Gewa Gewo Tong Sonam Geshe Sok Sok Shin Sonam Geshe Leyong Dampa Kunya Parashu.
Yay!
All right.
Okay, so beginning of class on Wednesday, de nada, we're going to do the quiz for this class. So do your homework if you didn't do it during class, which is what I recommend, and quiz on miércoles a las 7:30 en la noche.
Gracias.
Gracias, Word.
Gracias, Alex.
Gracias, Alma Traducción.
Bye.
Gracias.
Gracias.
De nada, carnales.
Chido, carnal.
Gracias. Thank you.
Okay. See you guys.
Thank you,
on Wednesday.
gracias.
Take care of yourselves. Adios. Nos vemos.